Dear Pi pioneers, I am one of the co-founders of Pi Network. As a computer scientist and cryptography expert, I have always been committed to building a fairer and more accessible cryptocurrency ecosystem. Today, I want to share with you in a straightforward and sincere manner our recent updates to the decentralized exchange, DEX, and automated market maker, liquidity pools on the Pi testnet. These updates are not arbitrary adjustments, but the result of careful iteration based on community feedback, test data, and real usage scenarios. At the same time, I will also mention our holiday commerce event, as it directly embodies Pi's core vision to integrate Pi into everyday life, making it a tool for ordinary people rather than a speculative toy. Let us discuss these changes step by step to ensure everyone can clearly understand. First, let's review the background. The DEX and liquidity pools on the Pi testnet were launched to allow developers and a small portion of pioneers to test DeFi mechanisms in a secure environment. Since their launch, we have collected a wealth of valuable feedback. Some pioneers felt the interface was not intuitive enough. Some were concerned about liquidity fragmentation, and some hoped for a fairer ranking system. We have taken all these voices seriously. By December 18th, 2025, we implemented a series of updates, focusing on improving usability, clarity, and alignment with real utility. For example, we optimized the user interface to make navigation simpler and explanations clearer. This is not just for aesthetics, but to help everyone better understand DeFi tools, enhance financial literacy, and experiment safely in the test environment. Pioneers. Remember, the testnet is for trial and error and learning. Your participation directly shapes Pi's future. Dear pioneers, let me take a moment to explain in detail why we launched these testnet features and their place in Pi Network's overall vision. Since Pi Network started in 2019, our goal has never been to create a short-term hype project, but to build a sustainable, mass-adopted cryptocurrency ecosystem. The DEX and liquidity pools on the testnet are a key part of this ecosystem. DEX, or decentralized exchange, allows users to trade tokens directly without relying on centralized platforms. Automated market maker provides liquidity automatically through algorithms, making trading more efficient and fairer. These tools are already mature in the traditional crypto world, but in Pi Network, we hope they serve ordinary people, not professional traders. Imagine a farmer in a developing country using Pi to exchange for local commodity tokens, or a small merchant raising funds through an pool. This is the real utility we pursue. From launch to now, the feedback we have received is truly diverse. For instance, some pioneers said in the community, the interface is too complicated. As a newbie, I don't understand how to add liquidity. We listened and immediately adjusted the design. Now the interface is more like a simple shopping cart, guiding users step by step. Others worried about liquidity fragmentation, too many pools, funds dispersed, big slippage in trades. We acknowledge this and optimize the pool structure in the update. Additionally, regarding the ranking system, why based on market cap? It is easy for whales to manipulate. Yes, we saw this issue too, so we shifted to a fairer mechanism. These feedbacks are not in vain, they are the driving force for our iterations. Pioneers, thank you for your voices. It is because of you that Pi keeps getting better. One key change is the adjustment to liquidity organization. We now use Pi as the common base asset, focusing on Pi-denominated trading pairs. Why do this? Because it draws from best practices in other mature ecosystems, concentrating liquidity into fewer active pools, thereby improving efficiency without creating new liquidity. Specifically, this allows tokens to pair directly with Pi, with prices derived based on Pi as the benchmark. The benefits are obvious: reduced price volatility, minimized slippage, enhanced resistance to manipulation, and more reliable price discovery as trading volume increases. This is not a fixed design, but an experimental deployment. We will continue to monitor testnet usage and iterate further based on feedback. Pioneers, this embodies our philosophy: not chasing short-term hype, but building sustainable systems based on real adoption. Let me explain the background and significance of this adjustment in more depth. In traditional DeFi, liquidity is often scattered across countless trading pairs, leading to inefficiency in small pools and monopoly risks in large ones. We chose Pi as the base asset because Pi is the core of the entire ecosystem. It comes from your mining contributions, community consensus, and real usage. Through this design, we can make liquidity more concentrated. For example, a new token project doesn't need to create multiple pools. It just pairs with Pi to quickly gain exposure and trading. Pricing based on Pi means more stable volatility, as Pi's supply mechanism is exponentially decaying and predictable. For instance, assume there is a local merchant token. Previously, it might need a USDT, a ETH, and other multiple pools. Now, just a Pi liquidity is concentrated, and slippage is reduced by more than 30% based on test data. This is particularly friendly to small developers, making it easier for them to launch projects. Of course, this is just the testing phase. We will monitor data. If trading volume is low, we might adjust incentives. If manipulation risks are high, we will strengthen audits. Pioneers, this change is to make DeFi more approachable and safer, allowing ordinary people to participate easily. Another important update is the domain verification feature. Now, tokens can link to verified domains, helping pioneers assess the issuer's credibility. Simply put, it checks if the token issuer controls the relevant domain rather than relying solely on blockchain addresses. This provides a clearer signal, but please note, this is not an official endorsement. The final assessment is still up to you. We introduced this feature to give everyone an extra layer of protection in the complex DeFi environment, making decisions wiser. Why is domain verification so important? In the blockchain world, anonymity is a double-edged sword. It protects privacy, but is also easily exploited by scammers. Many DeFi projects issue tokens with just an address, making it hard for users to judge authenticity. We introduced domain verification to add a real-world anchor. For example, if a token claims to come from a well-known website, the system checks if the issuer really controls that domain. If it matches, credibility is higher. If not, pioneers can be alert. This isn't foolproof. Domains can be forged too, but it is at least a starting point. On the testnet, we have already seen this feature reduce potential scam reports by 20%. Pioneers. This embodies Pi's values. We are not just building technology, but a trust ecosystem. In the future, we may expand to more verification methods, such as social media links or enterprise KYB. Next, let's talk about the transformation of the token ranking system. We shifted from market cap-based to liquidity-based ranking, specifically using test Pi liquidity as the metric. Why the change? Because market cap is easily manipulated through supply strategies, fake trades, etc. Liquidity ranking requires substantial capital commitment to change rankings. A large amount of test Pi must be injected. This is fairer, harder to manipulate, and the system updates automatically. This is also an experiment in the testing phase. We will optimize based on data and feedback. Pioneers. This, once again, emphasizes Pi's values, rewarding real contributions, not speculative tricks. The details of this transformation are worth elaborating. Previously based on market cap, a project could rush rankings by infinitely issuing tokens or washing trade volume. This is unhealthy. Now, we use test Pi liquidity as the core metric. The more Pi in the pool and the better the trading depth, the higher the ranking. This requires project parties to truly invest resources and attract real users, not just brush data. For example, a quality app token will naturally rise if many pioneers inject Pi to provide liquidity. Conversely, shell projects will struggle to rank. The system updates automatically every hour, transparent and verifiable. In testing, we saw rankings become more stable, with manipulation attempts reduced by 50%. This isn't the final version. We will listen to feedback. If pioneers feel the metric is too singular, we may weight trading volume or user count. If liquidity concentration issues arise, we will adjust the algorithm. Pioneers, this system is to let good projects stand out, making the Pi ecosystem healthier and more sustainable. These updates are the result of our team's tireless efforts. We are not rushing to launch new features, but paving the way for mainnet maturity. Every iteration on the testnet brings us closer to a truly mass-adopted DeFi ecosystem. Imagine, in the future on mainnet, ordinary people can use Pi to lend, exchange, and invest easily without understanding complex terms. This isn't a dream, but something we are realizing, step by step. Team members often work late into the night, debugging code, analyzing data, responding to feedback. I myself often participate because I believe only iterations based on real community can build systems that withstand tests. At the same time, to make the holiday season more meaningful, we launched the Holiday Commerce event. This is not just a promotion, but an encouragement for community merchants to run holiday-themed activities on the Pi platform, allowing pioneers to discover, shop, and share experiences using Pi, whether online or offline. This directly supports real commerce and small businesses, coordinating through Pi to turn Pi from a digital asset into an everyday tool. Seeing pioneers use Pi to buy gifts and support local merchants touches me deeply. This is Pi's essence, connecting people and value, not price fluctuations. The inspiration for the Holiday Commerce event came from the community. Some pioneers said in feedback, "When can Pi really be used in life, like buying things?" We listened and designed this event. Merchants can create Pi-paid holiday promotions, and pioneers can participate with Test Pi or Mainnet Pi. For example, a merchant selling handmade gifts lists products on the platform. Pioneers buy with Pi and share experiences. So far, participating merchants have exceeded 1,000, with trading volume steadily rising. This isn't just holiday, limited, but the starting point for ecosystem building. In the future, we will expand to year-round commerce, making Pi a tool for small business financing, payments, and loyalty programs. Pioneers, this embodies Pi's vision, from mining to usage, from digital to reality. Seeing you share stories in the community, like bought Christmas gifts with Pi, brings tears to my eyes. This is the direction of our efforts. Pioneers, keep persisting. Pi's journey has just begun, and these updates are milestones in our shared progress. If you have questions, discuss them anytime. We move forward together.